Can you hand me the coffee really quick?
Yeah.
My throat's a little hoarse.
Why the long face? Welcome to the Thoughtcast, a powerful magic podcast. I am your host, Ian.
And I'm your host, Lewis, and we have the most comfiest of couches.
Today we are talking about the biggest discrepancy I think Magic the Gathering has with its player base, with the way its cards are designed, and with pretty much everything, really.
Okay.
The competitive grinders.
Broadside bombardiers.
Versus the casual Timmies of the world.
Yeah, so the only formats we can really talk about in regards to this are the ones that you could actually go to, like, Magic Fest or tournaments and play.
Yeah.
So that Commander, Standard, Pioneer, Modern. We're not really going to be talking about Modern or Pioneer or Standard because the only formats that really exist with those is like a competitive format.
Yes.
But we will talk about the implication of casual players and the cards printed for them that get printed into formats like Modern, Pioneer, and Standard.
So many arguments about this game, I think, stem from people
No, they just boiled down to, like, one guy said, but it's super fun, and another guy said,
but it's not good.
but it's literally ruining my format, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Like, so VV just got banned,
Thank
for
God.
instance.
Thank
I
God.
mean, yeah, for sure. I think that isn't the right answer. I think, why did it get printed in the first place?
That is true.
This has
That is
happened
true.
4 years in a row now, where they printed, like, card in biggest set of the year that was to sell product for the people who didn't give a shit about it, and then it got banned within, like, months.
What was last year's was Nadu, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, last year was Nadu, and then
Nadu
the
was
year
last
before
year.
that, it was something else. I don't know. Like, what... You know what I'm talking about, right? It's just like they've had one big card a year that was meant to sell the set that they knew was going to be the biggest one, and they act like, oh, we didn't test it enough. Liar.
Was it like Oko and Once Upon a Time?
No. That was like 4 or 5 years ago
okay,
now.
okay.
But yeah, those were a problem too, because that
Yeah.
was at the beginning of the pandemic, buddy.
Yeah.
That was almost 6 years ago now.
Oops.
Yeah. Anyways, they've had this problem nowadays, and it's like we keep kind of diminishing them and being like, well, they just didn't test it enough. Well, are they stupid? No. That's both giving away. They're taking away too much credit from them and giving them too much benefit of a doubt. They know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
They printed Nadu and the 5 like 2-1 mana Planeswalker suite because they knew people were going to be like, huh, these cards are kind of fucked.
A Johnny Nakatl Pariah?
I mostly think about Tameo. Tameo's like the best
Tameo.
Planeswalker ever printed, probably, but she just takes time to get to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But yeah, and Raoul
Raoul's
who created
there.
the best deck in Modern for a minute. You know,
For a second,
Ruby
yeah.
Storm, yeah, and
It
then
was fun.
I mean, Grist is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And Soren secretly just messed up. Like,
Yeah.
he's not okay, all right?
I think he takes the most effort to, like...
Well, he only goes in the least amount of decks. You know what I mean? He
Okay,
goes in decks where
yeah.
you have, like, enough life
You
gain.
need to gain life.
Yeah. But in Commander, cards cracked.
You're pretty good.
Just
yeah.
cast a spell with an extra mana lying around, and there you go. You got to flip Soren. But
What's that card in the Power 9? 1 white mana, gain 3 life?
oh yeah, healing salve. You can also prevent 3 damage. How dare you forget? Okay, I think what we want to talk. Let's start with Commander because that's what people want to hear
Yeah.
about. That's what you play Commander. All right, shut up. You play Commander.
That's cool.
Okay,
You're allowed to.
I didn't say that. Stop playing Commander forever. No, okay. So the difference between, and we've gone over this before, but there's a difference between competitive and casual.
Yes.
Commander, obviously, but some people don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you hear the term CDH and you think, Dragon. Or
Eyes roll, or eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
Or people throw up at
I mean, the most fun I've
mention.
ever had playing this game probably is playing CDH. Like, it's so cool.
I'd say Canadian Highlander, actually.
No, Canadian Highlander's up there too,
Yeah.
for sure. But like,
Okay.
I've played more CDH than I have Canadian
Okay.
Highlander, so it's had more time in my life.
Yeah.
But casual Commander, I've had the worst time of my life. Okay, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
The difference is casual Commander, and you probably know bracket 1. But I hate the bracket system. I think it literally causes the biggest discrepancy in people being like, "I'm bracket 1. Oh no, your deck did a thing that." isn't bracket 1 at all, and
It's normally the confusion comes between brackets 2, 3, and 4,
Sure.
realistically. But, like, I do think that the bracket system has its problems.
yeah.
I just think people don't realize or put enough thought into what they're playing.
My problem with the bracket system is that for some reason people create this Wizards created this system that has a list of literal cards that are the
game changers.
Yeah, the gauge for what it does, and then they also have a completely separate what's the word I'm looking for?
You gotta read a paragraph for each bracket.
Not even a paragraph. It's
pamphlet. What if they just
they create I found the word. They create an entire subjective gauge for the rest of it, right? They have this objective gauge that's paired with a subjective gauge, and they clash, right? So it's like, well, if you have land destruction, then that's automatically what, bracket 3?
3, 4,
right? Right?
yeah.
But what if I just have like one copy of Sinkhole in my deck?
Or like a wasteland. Yeah.
Am I immediately bracket 3? And like, I would say no.
I would say no.
That's targeted, but somebody else would go, one thing of land destruction, a stone rain, bracket 3, you know, and that's why.
Jockle Hops? Oh, wait, shit.
No, I love Jockle Hops. Bracket 1. No, okay. So that's where the subjective nature comes in, and then they also have this objective list, and they're just like this, right?
I think they recently came out with a big change to it, and I think it is a step in the right direction.
Sure, but it still has the main problem of like, you have the same problem of the subjective nature of 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Paired with like this, in my opinion, very unsubstantial objective list of cards.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, there's like 50, 60, like 100 cards on there, right? That are like part of this pool of the never-ending, increasing game that is Commander. You know, like, so I think it's a bad system. But it does lend to a good description of both what casual and competitive is. Competitive is like, there's 5 brackets, right?
Mm-hmm. There's 5.
I think that CD8 should be its own thing separate from the bracket system to really nail in what people think, okay? Because bracket 5 is CEDH currently.
Yes.
It's where everything is optimized to win as fast as possible, as quickly as possible, with the like most interaction you can fit in your deck, basically. Right, so you play your Thassa's Oracle, you play your Underworld Breach, and then you play your free counter spells and your free removal spells. You know, like that's CDH in a nutshell.
Your forces, your flares.
Right, your commander either has to make a shit ton of mana, draw a shit ton of cards, or be a combo piece. And if
or
it's
can
not,
be Samara.
No, and if they don't do one of those 3 things, or if they're not really niche in what they do, then it's probably not CDH. Not that good. You know, if you want to play Kali of the Vast and CGH, great. Go 0-10. Cool. It'll be awesome, and you'll have fun.
Or that could just win. People could be stupid.
I mean, that's true, but genuinely, people see Kali of the Vast. The glass cannon, for some reason, is what people think CDH is. And they're usually bracket 3 or 4, right? So Kali of the Vast, we've dogged on her all the time, right?
Yeah.
But basically, you see her and you go, oh, you could cheat on like 7 mana on turn 3. And it's like, yeah, but imagine, for instance, what's your CDH deck right now?
Atraxa Food Chain is still my list.
Okay, first off, Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, is a card draw engine, right? She enters and she looks at the top 10. You basically select a card of each card type, goes into your hand. And she's a 7/7 with Vigilance, Flying, Lifelink, and Death Touch. She's huge, right? And
she draws like 5 cards is usually the average.
4 cards minimum usually.
Yeah.
You can get a land, an enchantment, whatever, right? Yeah. And then Food Chain is a card that exiles a creature you control. You add mana +1 equal to its cost of 1 color.
Yep.
You can use it only to cast creatures, but she goes to your command zone, so if you have infinite mana with a Food Chain card, you draw your whole deck.
You're good.
You win the game. Yeah. And I'm playing Lotho. Okay? This one's a little bit of a rogue deck, but it does the same idea of most commanders, is it makes like 4 mana a rotation, you know, and it costs 4 life, but who cares, you know?
You could probably make 12 if...
I mean, if you have like a Delny in play, he makes 8 a rotation. And the reason I'm playing him is because I get to play 7 mana New Ugin, I get to play 7 mana Rock, what is it, the Endstone. I get to play like the big cards. It's a lot of fun. Really, it is a cool deck, but the reason he works is because mana.
Yes.
Turn 1 Lotho, next turn you have 5 mana, that's the game plan. You know what I mean?
The most powerful card in the game is still Black Lotus.
Yeah, and he's like a Black Lotus and a half every turn rotation, and that's still pretty good. So yeah, that's the idea, right? Is those are CDH cards. How much value can you get for the least amount of mana? The game, all right? And then casual is like, I don't know.
Literally whatever you want.
Literally whatever you want, yeah.
Literally whatever you want without being rude, okay?
I mean,
and rude here is not like...
Our idea of rude is so minimal.
It's so different.
I don't care.
Like, I think we enjoy playing the game.
Yeah. If what you're doing is literally like, I don't care about land destruction. If what you're doing is not at least advancing the game and it's only causing us to be there.
Dirtle Fest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I like Mogus God of Slaughter. But that'll end the game because it deals damage.
Yes.
I'm talking about like resetting the game.
Yeah.
If it does that, then I have a problem.
Everyone's
but literally,
empty-handed.
yeah, literally everything else, let's go. Let's have fun. Let's discard our hands. Let's blow up all of our lands. Let's mill our decks out. You know, that's cool because that causes new things to happen in a game.
It's exciting.
Yeah, but that's casual. Like milling people out, you know, that's casual.
That's casual.
Unless you're doing brain
in for
freeze.
combat damage outside of Winota.
Yeah. That's casual.
You're
okay?
having a board of 10 billion 7/7s.
Yeah.
On turn 23. Like,
yeah, CDH is if everybody's an aggro combo deck, and then everything else falls into you know, your casual. And the disconnect, I think, is where what happens here is people don't know what CDH is.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing, right? I think that genuinely people don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
Before, we're not dogging on anybody. Okay, he might.
No, I will be.
I don't think this is a nuanced conversation. Don't take any of this personally. We're trying to have a conversation about this. Trying to get to the bottom of it, really. And I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of it, but we're at least going to talk about it.
We might, and I'm a bit of an aggressive guy with my opinions, but genuinely, I think that's the way to do it personally. Like just being like, here's where I think the root is. If you disagree with me, let me know. I've played Magic for too long, and I'm not even that old. Okay, I'm 21 years old, and I've played since I was 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had to deal with the old heads my whole life who think I can't play the game because I'm
the magic
young or whatever.
boomers.
Yeah, the Magic Boomers, and I've also had to deal with waves and waves of new players. So like I'm just as experienced as the average player usually, unless they've actually cared about the game for its lifespan, you know? So
Not old enough to have played Ancestral Recall when it came out,
No.
but old enough to know
that it's the best card in the game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I have this jaded opinion most of the time. That I haven't really taken a break from the game, which is my fault, honestly. But I haven't really taken a break. I've sold my collection a few times, but instantly just gotten back into the game after that. But genuinely, my opinion's coming from a place of, again, really, guys, we're still having this conversation, and your opinions come from the place of, hey, we can all figure it out together.
Exactly.
And we're both right, you know?
Yeah,
like
we're both right.
We're both right. So what we're going to give you a description of the disconnect. So basically, from CDH to casual, there's this huge, giant gap of people who genuinely hate each other from my standpoint. I don't know if they know that they hate each other or if they would use that word.
It's like what is it? Old man yells at fence.
Yeah.
They're both yelling to each other on the opposite side of the fence.
Yeah.
But they don't see each other. They just hear each other.
Oh yeah. It's like the voting stall situation where everybody's like encased, but they're still screaming at each other for their votes. Yeah. Absolutely. So basically, CDH players usually only play CDH and dabble in the other stuff.
Or like they play a lot of highly competitive formats.
Yeah. Like the CDH players are the modern players and the vintage players and the legacy players. Yeah, absolutely. And then the casual players pretty much just stick to Commander.
You know, that's okay.
That's fine, but you're also willingly ignorant, and you have to understand that, okay? And that's not a problem in Commander, in Magic. Who cares if you're ignorant? But then you give your opinion like it's like, oh, I know things about this game, when genuinely probably don't. The average drafter will know more about the game than somebody who plays just casual Commander.
And it's not like, if you want to play Commander and that's how you enjoy Magic the Gathering,
that's fine.
Power to you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the game.
But what's a Raven of Fell Omens? You know? You don't know? Great. That's my point. You know what I mean? Like,
I have it in my mono black burn deck.
Okay, so basically the disconnect is there, all right? People who play casual Commander are, in my opinion, the least knowledgeable Magic players, okay? They might know a lot of cards, but usually only the ones they see on Command Zone and in games where people are like, hey, check out this card. It's only played in 90% of other black Commander decks, you know?
They are well-versed on the EDH rec.
Yeah, absolutely, right? An EDH rec kind of feeds you the same, like, 7 cards every deck, and they're like, oh, so that one's a staple in every format, in every card.
Is this a really good black card? Is this the Infinity Stone? What is it? The
End Stone?
The Mind Stone?
Oh,
is that
the
what it is?
Soul Stone.
Is this the Soul Stone? It goes in every
black
deck that has a black pip in it.
And
Commander.
No, not really. It's good.
Yes, it does.
It's a good card.
EDH Rec told me.
EDH Rec put it in every black deck. That means I have to play it. No, okay, so when it comes to competitive players, those players know more than you. Just on baseline, they will know more about this game than you because they understand interaction and how to win a game quickly, and they have the added stress of having to win, right?
Yeah.
That isn't always a good thing.
I think they understand the way that the individual game objects as cards work with each other much better than the casual player, right?
See, this is a good example. CDH players don't play bounce lands, but this is a great thing to show the disconnect between players, okay?
Yeah.
So bounce lands, they're from the original Ravnica block, I think. They're a land that enters tapped, and you have to return a land you control to your hand, not a tapped land, and those lands tap for 2, okay?
Yeah.
How does that card work with card advantage? This is a quiz for you. How many cards in your hand does that card equal?
1.
No. That card equals 3 cards equal to card advantage.
Really?
Yes, because you play a land
Yeah.
that taps for 2 mana. That's 2 lands, okay? And it returns a land to your hand, so you now hit your other land drop.
Next turn.
That equals 3 cards in card advantage, okay?
Yeah.
So that's the system you have to operate with when
Yeah,
it comes
yeah,
to
yeah,
cards.
yeah.
Casual players don't know that system, because card advantage is how you win. It's how you win games,
Yes.
right? It's the value you can get per card, okay?
Usually, whoever wins the games either spends the most mana
Yeah.
or
cast the most
spells.
Yeah. And that's not always true, obviously. For instance, if you cast one spell that equals like 7 different cards worth of value, then
You're
obviously you're going to
good.
win that game, right? But for instance, the reason Ancestral Recall is the best card in the game, and there might be people saying,
Ancestral Recall? Really?
yeah, right. Yeah, and in my opinion,
Take an extra turn?
That's time.
Wait, no, that's Time Walk.
That's Time Walk. Okay,
Yeah.
Ancestral Recall is the best card in the game, and casual players will look at that and go, 3 cards for 1?
Well, I mean, if you're
That's not even that good.
If you're drawing 3 cards out of a bracket 2 commander deck,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
you kinda
wait.
get
So
it.
this is how the average commander player would go. They're like, oh, but if I cast it on turn 1, I'll have to discard the hand size.
That's an upside.
What are you talking
That's an
about?
upside.
That's where I would lose. That's how I lose my mind. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm getting milled, or I have to discard a hand size. This is so bad, and it's like, no,
Oh,
that's not how that works.
My biggest
You can even do it on somebody's end step because it's an instant. So keep the cards.
my biggest light shined into my eyes when I realized mill literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what cards are in my graveyard.
Yeah, you still have
right?
cards. As long as you still have cards in your deck and you haven't lost, it's
You're
a resource.
Solid. You're
It's
solid.
If you're getting your if it's the Ashiok Planeswalker that mill and then exile each opponent's graveyard,
Oh, yeah.
that's backbreaking. That hurts. That's just resource denial, which is really good. But if somebody's just like, I'm going to put the 99 cards in your deck into your graveyard. Most decks nowadays, actually every color in the game can interact with those
some
cards.
graveyard
Even
shenanigans.
colorless has ways to interact with those cards. So that's the disconnect, right? People think that if it's not in my hand or in my deck anymore, then it's not good anymore. And that's somehow wrong in many ways, okay?
Yeah.
For instance, the reason Ancestral Recall is banned, right, isn't just because it's an old card. It's because it would literally homogenize the game more than Rhystic Study.
Yeah.
Right? Is it a better card than Rhystic Study?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's 1 mana,
'Cause,
it's an instant, and it happens right then and there. The agency is in your hands.
It's weird because Rhystic Study can draw you more cards.
Absolutely.
And you can power it out on turn 1.
Yeah. But it's not in your hands.
Something
the
about
agency is not
picking
there.
up 3 cards all at once.
Yes. Hey, go see our last upload before this. I probably cast an Ancestral
probably
Recall.
did it.
Maybe if I got lucky.
Good luck.
Yeah, we haven't played it yet. But let's make fun of the CDH players a little bit because I feel like we're dogging on
some goobers.
the cat. As a CDH player, the disconnect I have is that I kind of have strown farther and farther from chilling out a little bit.
Yeah,
and whenever I build a
Bro fucking puts accidental infinite combos into his deck. They're bad.
I didn't even know.
They're bad, but they're still infinite.
Yeah. I try to power down by playing
can I put this LED into my my
what was it? A turn 1 Tybalt, the 7 mana Tybalt. Yeah, and I was like, oh,
no cards in hand. Here's Tybalt. Okay.
Yeah, and the 7 mana Tybalt's a pretty good card in my opinion. But still, I was like, oh, I didn't know my deck could do that. I was like, the downside from LED, if you're not winning with it, is pretty substantial, right?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Right? Yeah. So how bad do they have to make a card so that you can't cast
How
it?
bad does Black Lotus have to be to where you don't want to play
the
it
suspend
anymore?
one doesn't get played as much, right? Because
That
it's
is true.
you do have to wait for it. But
Yeah.
LED's just there. You go. Yeah. Right? I would love to get my LED signed. Oh.
But
anyways.
I do think. Yeah, CDH players, y'all gotta chill out a bit.
I mean,
relax.
if you're
genuinely playing with casual.
Yeah.
Casual,
So when I this, I'll visualize it for you. I was sitting down to build some Rakdos deck in Commander, And every card that would come up, I'd be like, that's not good enough. You know, that doesn't synergize enough with what I'm doing. And then I would have to go, wait a minute. It's a casual deck.
Yeah.
Gives a shit, you know?
Exactly.
Like that, but that's hard to do, right? But I would say that's less of a problem than what casual players do to the game.
Yeah.
So...
another anecdote for you, actually.
Yeah.
What was it? Your Kethic deck? Your Rakdos? Like, it wasn't... It's really good, and it's just an engine, and it's synergistic, and it's so good.
Yeah, for those listening, Kethic Crucible Goliath is a 4-mana Rakdos 4/4 that says at your end step you have to sack a creature you control, and then you flip until you get a non-legendary creature that costs less, and it goes right into play, right? So my actual commander was Goblin Welder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, because Goblin Welder can't be your legend, but he is a non-legendary creature that costs 1. So if I sack a 2-drop, I'm gonna get him.
You're getting him.
He's gonna be there, right?
You're getting one of the 3 you had.
Yeah. I had like a sack outlet as well, but like usually you had a couple creatures and you went. Like the way you did it is you cast a 2-mana creature that put a treasure into play.
Yeah.
Kethic on turn 3, sack that 2-drop, go get your welder, you know?
Yeah.
So it was fun, but it was also kind of too good, right? For the like, it was too good for the casual decks because they're like on turn 4, I had like everything I ever wanted, you know?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it was too good for the casual decks. I think that deck is the epitome of casual if people built their decks properly.
Yeah.
Like,
if it was like, because it doesn't win really fast. It's just like
it's
turning
just like,
its wheels a little bit.
I get to mill a little bit. I get to
really
look
liked
through my
that.
deck.
I had a really cool copy of the Gear Hulk from Aether Drift that like returned.
Oh, yeah.
Reanimated a 4 or less and gave it haste, menace,
Hell
and
yeah.
death touch. And a finality counter, which are fair, you know? So, but anyways, the problem there is that there's the casual players who think, oh my god, card for 5 mana, make 20 mana? That's best card in game, okay? And then there's the CDH players who play Thassa's Oracle and perpetuated its popularity in the game, and everybody plays it now in their blue decks, right?
Man,
so
I was doing a little research for this video, and I saw... It was a video the Command Zone made like 5 years ago when Thassa's Oracle just came out.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, this card's so busted. It's ruining Commander. And it's like, people are still talking about that.
Yeah, who knew?
It's so crazy.
that a 2-mana card that said, win the game on an ETB was going to be pretty all right, okay? Yeah. And in the end, what I would like to boil this down to is the tournament grinders versus the
Timmies? I don't even...
there are Johnnies in there, right? The wannabe spikes who are actually bad at the game. And they're like, oh my god, my deck actually kills people on turn 7. I'm a spike.
Yeah.
I win so good. My play group hates me. I must be so cool. And like, no, you're not a spike. I'm a spike.
You
all
just
right,
like
get off my turf,
farewell
kid.
on turn 5 when
and they're like, oh, I'm so good at this game, you know? What's his name from Phantom Menace? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the king of
pod racing?
Not pod racing.
Yeah, no, he's the king of pod racing, right? Oh, no, he's
that's the underwater king.
Yeah,
that's like Jar Jar's dad or something.
The Gungan King.
The Gungan King.
Thank you, live audience. It's also like a horse a little bit.
Sure, buddy.
I'm a horse. Speaking of horses,
Speaking of horses, standard.
I wish. No, so
60 card we can do all together, right?
Yeah. We'll wait for that, and it's like literally the effects of this argument on those, right? So when it comes down to the competitive scene, of which there is one, I think the competitive scene for Commander is genuinely kind of toxic. Okay, it's kind of gross in how like draws are incentivized is the biggest thing for me, and no dig on people like. Playing with power and play to win and all those people who are like the CDH people, but I hate how they're like draw, and it's like that's like the best option for everybody.
It is,
you know?
Really, and I don't think that's on them. I think that's on tournament organizers more than
organizer and how the format has evolved.
Yeah.
Right, into like people are so knowledgeable about the game to an extent of like chess, where they're like, oh, so if I just keep playing this, we're gonna have this person win, but we're both here now. We can agree to a draw, right? So that they don't win.
Yeah.
And it's like...
That way everybody gets points to advance to the next round. It's weird.
Yeah,
Tournament
it's like a bureaucratic fumble. You know what I mean? Like, I hate bureaucracy so much, and they've suddenly somehow got it into my Magic, and I hate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I genuinely hate that part of it. But then, that doesn't affect card design.
No.
That's only a problem with CDH organized tournaments, right? casual commanders make up 90%, if not more, of the player base of Commander, or of the player base of Magic the
in
Gathering
general?
right now.
Yeah.
They make up like 95% of Commander, right? So when you see those people, and those people, I'm going to be a little
Jesus
derogatory.
Christ.
If you see those people out in the wild, they have these strange opinions about the game of like, and they're kind of ruining the game. I don't know. That's my stance. Okay. Give me it. Give it to me. What do you think?
I don't think they're ruining the game.
Okay.
I think they're like there's the casual kitten.
Wow. Discord mod just got outed.
Kitten. The casual
Kitten, go answer the door. I've ordered the pizza.
the casual kitchen table Magic crowd has come out. Dude.
They're less restrained now.
Yeah, they're less restrained. They're going to the game store more.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is good. Support your LGS. But I think with the dawn of Magic the Gathering becoming so popular through Universes Beyond and like the casualification of Magic.
Yeah.
There are just so many more people who are new to this game that...
And that's a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. That are trying to learn.
Ian hates new players.
I love new players.
Yeah.
I want them to form... Maybe, there's no right opinion, but there are wrong opinions.
Yeah.
There
And
are,
it's that Commander is a good first format to play.
Yeah.
Of which most of the people who play Magic now were like, oh, it's like a board game.
I mean, you know what? If that's what Magic is for you, have fun.
No, for
but that's
sure.
But
those people then comment on the game and cause things to change in the game.
Yeah.
That's what I hate. And I'm not like a Magic purist so much as I am a Magic, like, want it to be good game-ist,
Yeah.
So let me list the things that I think are ruining the game, and I'll tell you how they relate to that 90% of people who play the game casually as Commander players, okay?
Yeah.
And nothing else. I would say maybe 70% of the game is casual Commander players who play nothing else and do nothing else, okay? They're simply just there to go,
They don't look up
Kalia
whatever
of
new
the
card.
vast, so...
Yeah, okay.
The things I think that are ruining the game. You said casualification. That's one of my things, right? People who simply just want to, like, you can be competitive and chill.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the guy who plays a competitive game and is like, I hate everything who isn't, right? No. What I mean when I say casualification, I mean that cards are printed in a game that is meant for there to be a winner, for there to just be, like, chill
Every
50
pony
mana
wins,
games.
buddy.
Yeah. Like, wanting to win the game is toxic somehow,
Yeah,
that's the casualification, right? Of like,
okay.
why did you do that to me? Why did you kill me in this game where you want to win? You don't know what's in their hand. You don't know what they're doing. Why do you care? You signed up to a game where you could die on turn 3. That's your fault. You know what I mean?
It's in casual Commanders probably like turn 7 or 8.
Even then, people will complain. Okay,
which is weird.
Why do you want to still be playing that game? Okay, the next thing that is ruining it is the homogenization of the game. That being cards are printed for Commander and Universes Beyond that are bleeding into everything else.
Yeah.
And that are kind of homogenizing everything, right? So, like, the casual Commander players have their Commander decks, and those cards are printed into Vintage, Legacy, and Canadian Highlander, and those are, like, Broadside Bombardiers. What the hell is that Magic card?
Hey, man, at least that's not a UB card. I'll take...
I guess, but that card's made for casual Commander because it's not that good, but it literally, I've never seen that card resolved on the other side and get to attack, and I won that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Metamorphosis. We were talking about
Metamorphosis
this before the
Fanatic,
show,
right? So it's a miracle card for 2 mana that is a 5/4 with lifelink that reanimates any creature when you cast it. When you
From
cast
any
it.
graveyard?
No, just yours. Just
Okay,
yours.
okay.
But that creature enters with a lifelink counter. 2 mana! In a format with Vampiric Tutor.
where you can put it right on top.
Yeah. So, like, that card is homogenizing our formats, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like that. I don't like that. All right, it's not that I don't want cards from like those sets because like True Name Nemesis is one of our pointed cards. That was
cool.
originally a Commander card. Okay, and that's fine. But that card is also not. I hate to say it. It's not that good anymore. Okay.
Dude, what? 3 damage?
It's so. I mean, like it's the best wall, but they had to point it because control decks would free roll it, right? But that's it. All right, we have Psychic Frog now. Broadside Bombardiers wins the game faster, and sometimes through a True Name Nemesis.
It's got menace.
Just take 6, idiot, like, so, like, that's the other problem. And then 3 is the commentary from the, negligence, not the right word, it's, I guess they're negligent to, like, everything else, but what is it? Ignorance. The comments of the ignorant, basically, of people like, hey, this card is too good, and it's not, and at all. They just don't want to play counter spell. I say this all the time, dude. I saw this video online. Maybe we'll make a whole video about it. Where some guy was like, "Oh, blue players just want people to cast counter. They just want to be able to cast counterspell without people hating them." And it's like, no, I want people to cast counterspell so we have interesting games. For fuck's sake, all right? I don't want somebody to go 7-drop, and the next guy to go, "Oh, that's crazy, 7-drop," and the next guy to go, "Wow, that's crazy,
7-drop,
8-drop." Right? And nobody to go, maybe I'll cast counterspell, because that'll help me win the game on my next turn, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how, like, you can have, like, 10 lands on turn 4 or 5 in Commander, and people won't get mad at that, but they'll get mad at you for countering their 10-drop.
Yeah, somebody's like Emrakul. I
like
cast Commandeer, and they're like...
You counter Emrakul and stifle the trigger.
Not Commandeer, but I spelljacked an Emrakul of, like, the 13-mana one, right? And the person I did it to was like... Man, I hate this game. And it's like, what are you talking about?
You did that to yourself.
I paid a 6-mana spell to take yours, and you still get a cast trigger, and you hate the game? You're a child. This guy was older than me. You're a baby. Go back to preschool, all right? Go stack your blocks and shit on a porta potty, all right? I don't care, all right? I hate this.
Ever hear of Cavern of Souls? Name Eldrazi. That's another busted card.
This is something I will always say. There is always an answer in Magic.
Yeah.
That's the best part about the game, all right? Yeah. It's literally 4D chess. There is always a better play for you to make. And that's the coolest part. And those who complain, who don't want to do anything about it, are the worst people in the world always, okay? The people who are like...
That's the worst people in the world.
The people who are like, man, I hate this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay,
you know, they're like, man, I fucking hate when my Eldrazi player's winning. And it's like...
It's like when the green player complains about counterspell. I can name like 7 cards in green that say green spells can't be countered.
Veil of Summer, Cavern of Souls, that other Veil of Summer, but it's only blue and black cards, which are the counter spells.
Yeah.
They're literally... Or Veil of Autumn.
Veil of Autumn,
there you go.
That's the 2 of them, yeah.
Magic. That's the best part about it. There's always answers for you, and you're the problem for complaining, okay? That's it. If the card is too good, like Vivi or Nadu, or Nadu got banned in Commander not because it's too good. There are better cards. It got banned because it was homogenizing, and it took too long.
It was just boring, dude.
Yeah. It's like they had won on turn 3, but we have to wait an hour to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the problem.
They could whiff.
Maybe.
Let's find out 30 minutes later.
There's like a 98% chance they win, you know, but you have to play it out, you know? So that's genuine problems of people who are more intellectually based in their opinions in Magic, who are correct and saying the same thing, but it sounds like everybody's saying the same thing when they're not. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. In the end, how that applies to things like Modern, Pioneer, and Standard.
60 card 1v1 formats, more importantly.
Yeah, Vivi, a card too good in Commander... printed basically for Commander players, also ruined Standard for about 3 months.
Yeah, the deck wasn't, like, unbeatable.
Yeah.
So I played a million games against Vivi in paper on Arena. You can win. Yeah. It's just like when you go...
Is it a consistency thing? Like, are they just too consistent?
The deck was very consistent because I'm pretty sure, like, 80% of the deck... Every card said draw a card on it in some way, shape, or form. Or was Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And, like, you could have answered them perfectly for 4 turns.
Yeah, and then they slam another Vivi.
On the 5th turn, they slam Quantum Riddler, draw their Vivi, slam down Vivi,
we're not complaining about Quantum Riddler, by the way.
No, Quantum Riddler's good.
Yeah.
It's a solid card. Very cool. Warp it in for 2 mana. What the hell?
Yeah, 2 mana, draw 2 cards if you planned to do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just free.
And then it was Prof's Eidetic Memory, which really pushed the deck over the edge.
Very good card.
But it was just like... I answered your deck perfectly,
and you still
won somehow.
Yeah. And you had the removal spell in your hand, but they had another counterspell because they had 50 mana.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. So that's the problem. A card printed for Commander in a Universes Beyond set, which we have our opinions on it being in Standard, right? Printed into Standard because they couldn't help themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
And then that card printed into standard again.
I get the argument that they need to push cards in new sets, but why does it have to be UB? Right?
Yeah, I have no problem with power creep. I actually am of the opinion that I like cards getting more powerful and more intricate because I like it. I don't know. I have fun with new powerful cards and hanging out with them for a while, before they get banned.
And in a way, you can kind of see if you change like a few tiny pieces of VV, like you can fix it or make it seem a lot more niche.
If it's somehow like, I don't know, I would take away the damage dealing.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be there. Okay, I would take away, oh god.
Maybe just have it a tap.
Yeah, maybe not even a tap ability. Make it cost like 3 mana.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like you can't activate it if it's tapped, or something like that. Right? Give it a. I like it when they print more powerful cards, but that are like more niche.
Hoops. Give me some. Make me work for it.
Through.
Vivi gave you everything. There isn't a thing it didn't give you except card draw, I guess. But that's all you needed. And guess what?
It gave you everything
and
cooked you breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, it got up early and was like, "Hey, buddy, I know you've had a hard week. Okay, here's $50. Like,
Jesus
thanks,
Christ.
buddy." But like that, but it was only that way because it also killed your opponents way too efficiently.
And so, like, there's one thing.
You've seen playing Pioneer, by the way, and in
Really?
Modern. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like this, like, do you see how powerful that deck was? Imagine if you also had fast mana. That's it.
Or Shocklands.
Or Quicksilver Golem. So you can go infinite 3 ways to Sunday with him. So yeah.
One of the things I really wanted to talk about was like, I went to a Two-Headed Giant pre-release for Edge of Eternities.
Oh, I love Edge.
Right? And
I love edging on my eternity.
I got a card that was it's 2 a white and a blue target player mills cards equal to your life total.
Yeah, so somebody mills
30 cards, and in Two-Headed Giant you start with 30 life. And at the beginning of the game, you draw 7 cards, and by turn 4, you've drawn a couple more cards. So if you don't damage me, by the time it's turn 4 and I cast that spell, you lose the game. And I was playing against 2 people. One of them was you could tell that they were a lot more casual kind of player. And
by the way, at a pre-release, it is not a casual environment you are playing to win. There are packs on the line.
Yeah.
There's no hard blood. There's no like everybody hates each other or anything. No, you're playing to win. There's nothing wrong with that.
I would argue that
obviously there's less rule enforcement, obviously, because it's new cards. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean is that if you are playing the game, you have sat down to try to win, and so is your opponent, and there is nothing wrong with that. That is the point. Okay?
I think they were just they weren't actively mad or annoyed. They were just like, oh man, that card sucks in this format specifically. Which it does. It does. It is a feels
card
bad.
Definitely made for Commander,
I win the game, right? Yes, definitely
absolutely.
made for Commander.
Yeah, because you start at 40 life gaining is super easy, and then you know somebody for like 80, GG for them. Like that's the card.
And then I went up against these other 2 people that were more
describe them. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Greasy, slimy. I could tell they were more enfranchised Magic players.
Yeah.
But when I think of like rude people that play Magic, that's what pops into my head.
Enfranchised, but not very good at the game.
Yeah.
Me.
I played that card against them. And they started like straight up complaining right in front of me. J and R were right next to us.
Mr.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Wait, hold on.
I'll censor that.
Yeah.
Were right next to me, and they were like, "We should plan around that card."
That's how you play the game.
Those fuckers.
We love them, by the way.
Added 10 cards to their deck.
Each.
Just in case I drew that one
There's
card.
always an answer, baby.
And then I just
an answer.
controlled them hard because that deck was an Azorius control deck.
Yeah. And they didn't complain because they tried and you still did. You still win. You're like, it's fine.
It's wild because you see casual players who enjoy playing the game, showing up to events,
I'm not trying to
having a
stupid
good
shame
time.
anybody, by the way. I'm not trying to, like, you're not supposed to be, like, the smartest player ever. Me stupid shaming somebody would be the pot kettle,
Yeah.
But,
the pot kettle.
But still, genuinely, there's always an answer. Just think about it for 5 seconds. Add more cards to your deck. You open so many. Put them in.
Put them into your deck. All right. I will actually, I have this mindset when it comes to playing. You are allowed to be as mad as you want.
Later.
Inside of the game.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, sure.
Inside of the game, you are allowed to be as mad as you want.
You're allowed to be mad at the cards.
But as soon as the game ends.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't be rude. And you can't
You can hold it against yourself if you want.
Yeah, you can be like, damn, I could have played that better.
Yeah.
Damn, I should probably put this card in my deck to like counter.
But you're okay. Let me word this better as an ex-judge, right?
Yeah.
Fun is not in the rules, nor considered in the rules of the game. All right, your fun quotient is not factored in. Okay, all that is factored in is rules and proceeding in an orderly fashion to the end of each game. Okay. No rule says if your opponent is not having fun,
you should.
Shame on you, okay?
Yeah.
If you call a judge and you said, "Hey, my opponent's kind of being a little rude,"
no, that's actually
no.
Yeah.
But it's that they cast a spell that milled you out.
Yeah.
If I was the judge, I would go, "No," and then I would walk away. I would say no other words.
No.
No. It'd be no, and then I would walk away. You know, I'd be like, "That's." What are you talking about? You know, like the rules don't care about your feelings. I hate to quote some terrible people in the world, but like the rules don't really, they don't go, oh, somebody's not having fun because of a card. This person shouldn't cast it.
Yeah.
Because that's not how that works, okay? You have ways to play around it, or you don't, you lost. You got a bad pool. Who cares, okay?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You are playing to win.
Yeah.
But if you lose, it's still just a card game.
Like, literally, though.
Literally, though. Okay? And but that is also a disconnect, right? Some people think, and I think this is going to be my last point on like the disconnect between competitive and casual, right?
Yeah.
Is that like people think they hear the words, the point is to win.
Yeah.
And they think that means, oh, so I should be hateful, or if somebody else is doing that, they're a greasy Magic player who's doing, no. It's called a common goal. All right, if everybody goes, okay, we're sitting down to win, right? Then nobody cares what happens.
For real.
Okay? You could get dirtled out, but you got to watch other people do stuff, and you got to sit there and try. I don't know, right? Like, let's say you draw...
And you could come back!
Yeah, and let's say you don't draw your third land for the whole game.
Oh, God.
Guess what? You still played Magic, baby.
You still played Magic.
Right? And your opinion on, like, well, the card that killed me then is probably pretty busted, right? No! You had 2 lands!
You know how I think we should fix this?
Huh.
All right. So in Magic the Gathering, you are a wizard.
No, you're right.
All right.
No. You're a planeswalker.
You're a planeswalker. You're
Yeah.
a planeswalker. Pretend you're a planeswalker. Okay? Why would you be fighting these two guys?
Yeah.
Why would you be fighting these 3 other?
Yeah, this is the coolest thing, by the way.
people?
Magic games and canon take place over like years.
Really?
Yeah. So like
that's cool.
you're like you play your grave troll or whatever, right?
It takes 10 years to.
No. That's a battle that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you play like your militia, yada. You deployed that militia to go attack whatever, right? And if you lose, it's because you got outmaneuvered.
You played your Trinisphere and
right?
you got
There's
a robot.
still luck based in Magic, and I personally like it sometimes, but I think genuinely if there wasn't so much luck in Magic, it'd probably be a better game. But I didn't make a multi-billion-dollar profit off of a game, so what the hell do I know? All I know is that there's also a lot of luck involved.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? There's a lot of skill it's very luck based, but what you do with that is your skill.
There's still so much skill involved in a game like this, right? Like in chess, for instance, it's almost all skill. There's some luck, I guess, but like it's all skill. This game is both just as much skill as that, if not more, because of how many moves you can make. And that you have to draw your lands.
Yeah.
You know? So
and suddenly you just don't have like 3 pawns lined up on
that's also something somehow I've seen casual players unable to comprehend the fact that luck is a big component in Magic.
Yeah.
They think because they lost to like let me think of a completely average card.
Spell Pierce?
No, I mean, like, counterspells are great. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, like, it always just goes back to Ur-Dragon, right?
Yeah.
People think because they lost to Ur-Dragon, they were on 5 lands, they didn't draw their mana ramp, that's the best commander in the game. Right? It put a dragon into play when I was already dead on board. It must be so good.
Blue Farm
has
something to say.
Damnation!
Ooh.
Wrath of God! Dude, have you ever seen a dragon player just go, after you cast Rout at instant speed in their combat step? I have. It's really good. It's like you let their trigger resolve for them to put their like other dragon into play, and then you cast Rout, and they're like,
oh,
right. shit. And the next turn I play like Elish Norn, Grand Cinnabite, and
Yeah.
I'm
But I was
having
a
fun.
dumbass and I played Teferi before that. So you can't do that.
No! Ah! No, that's a CDH card. I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
it. Somebody plays the Ur-Dragon, they're not playing Teferi. They're
No,
not, they don't even know
God.
the beauty of a
Free
Grand
fairy.
Abolisher, you know what I mean?
my
Give me a Grand Abolisher, give me death.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you think about the discrepancies between casual and competitive and how that affects every format. We'd love to hear from you.
Tell us where you align, where you feel yourself are.
Give
on
us your
that.
biggest Magic goof and how stupid you are. We'd love to talk
yeah.
with you about it, all right? Because we're stupid too, and our
Yeah.
opinions are always right.
Hell yeah. Thank you for watching. I've been Ian.
And I am your grumpy young Magic player. I hate everybody. Lewis. Bye-bye. Hi, welcome to the podcast of Just Lewis. Ian's not here right now. This is probably at the end of the video, but guess what? I'm going to rate my top 10 favorite fruits. I've got mango at number 1. Undefeated. Next, it's between banana and, like, red grapes. To die for. So good. A delicacy, almost. Then I've got bananas. Again. No. I've got apples in 4th. Okay? Easy 4th. And then, like, a blood orange in number 5. Juicy. Delicious. Sugary. I don't have the other 5 figured out, but Ian's coming back now, so I have to be an adult again.